So, good afternoon. So let me start with the first experiment. So you have an experiment from the syllabus. So let me go with the part A experiment. Using an 741 op-amp, design 1 kilohertz relaxation oscillator with a 50% duty cycle and simulate the same. In fact, you need to do this experiment with the hardware, that is analog experiments. These are analog electronic circuit experiments. So since we have a availability of lab, not physically, so we are going to simulate the same. In fact, there are two parts in this experiment. One is using a hardware, you have to do this, and also you can do the same experiment by using simulation. Okay, fine. So today we will simulate this experiment, that is using 741 op-amp, designing 1 kilohertz relaxation oscillator with 50% duty cycle. And we will simulate the same. Fine. So before that, let me go with the theoretical background of this experiment. Given the frequency and relax experiment, you have to give this rectangular waveform op-amp relaxation oscillator. Okay. So here are the components. When you go ahead with the hardware design, you need an op-amp, resistors, capacitors, CRO, probes, connecting lines, breadboard. So all these things are the components when you need it when you go the hardware experiment. Same thing are being used in the simulation also. So we have a background from the theoretical part. What is relaxation oscillator? They are non-sinusoidal oscillators that generates different types of waveforms such as triangular, square, and pulse waveform. As I said, op-amp operates in the saturation region. We have some of the theoretical part with respect to the resistors R1 and R2. So this is quite important. The output is also fed back to the inverting input terminal. So let me come to the certain calculations. Given the frequency f, we need to calculate the time period. Always frequency time f is nothing but inversion of the time period. So we have, these are the standard formulas. F equals 1 by t and beta equals to R2 by R1 plus R2. Again, t could be calculated 2RC logarithm of 1 plus b by 1 minus b. So let me come to the circuit diagram. This is a circuit diagram and the waveforms we have on the CRO. You could see the circuit diagram here. We have R1 and R2. And one more resistors we have called R. We need to calculate this R given the value f equals to frequency equal to 1 kilohertz. So assuming this R1 and R2 as 1 kilo ohm. And the capacitor is defined as a 1 microfarad. Right? Given the frequency 1 kilohertz, as I said, we do imagine R1 equals to R2. Then we have a formula T equals to 2RC logarithm of 3. Here is the concept. First, you focus on the circuit diagram, and this is the waveform that we need to get in the CRO with respect to the voltage. If R1 equals to R2, then T equals to 2RC logarithm of N3. This is a natural log. So we have a formula T equals to 2RC logarithm of 3 is 1.098. So now the first part, given the frequency, that is given the design 1 kilohertz relaxation oscillator. So this 1 kilohertz is given. So given the frequency f equals to 1 kilohertz, we need to calculate t equals to 1 by f. 1 kilohertz, 1 by 1 kilohertz is nothing but when you convert it, it becomes 1 millisecond. 1 into 10 power 3 kilohertz. 1 by it is 1000. So converting to milliseconds, 10 power minus 3. So it becomes 1 millisecond. Then we need to choose capacitor as 0.1 microfarad. And we do select R1 equals to R2. When you have equal resistors for the 50% duty cycle, R1 equals to R2 equals to 1 kilo ohm. So substituting the same, you have calculated T, right? So you know the T value, you have to calculate the value of R, considering the C values 0.1 microfarad. So substituting this into this formula and calculating the value of R, you get as 4.55 kilo ohm. So this is a standard resistors. Theoretically, that is being calculated, but practically when we use it, that nearby resistors will be considered for the experiment. 1 kilo is fixed, R2 is fixed, 4.7 kilo ohm is the resistors when we have to select. Similarly, for the second case, in fact, he has given only for 1 kilohertz relaxation oscillator with 50% duty cycle. If at all, if it is asked, we don't need a we don't need 50%, sorry, 1 kilohertz. You need to design the same for frequency of 8 hertz, sorry, 800 hertz. So what do? You do the same, that is you calculate the time period, that is inverse of 800, that is 1.25 millisecond. And for the same duty cycle, R1 equals to R2 1 kilo ohm, and for the same value of C equals to 0.1 microfarad, you do calculate the new value of R. The procedure follows the same. So you do calculate the new value of R as 5.69 kilo ohm. Right, understand this is the logarithmic value of natural log of 3 is 1.098. Using the same values, using the same values of even the capacitor, you calculate the new value of R. So the near value is 5.6 kilo ohm. Fine. Similarly, you can try for a third case, F equals 2 kilohertz, 5 kilohertz. So let me go with the first two cases. Clear? I hope all of you have understood this. So this here is the procedure. I'll follow it. I'll forward this. When you do is practically, you need all these checking of the CRS. And as of now, we do concentrate more on simulation using multisim. Here is a table. So time period, theoretically, you calculated frequency 1 kilohertz. You need to calculate practically using a CRO. Since we are not using this table, and you need to calculate the frequency. Okay, you need to match whether the frequency matches the theoretical frequency 1 kilohertz is equals to the practical frequency of 1 kilohertz. So this is by using lab experiment. But while simulation, how do you do it? That is important. So for that, I have few of the other slides. Yes, the same circuit diagram, that is 4.7 kilo ohm, calculated value of R using R1, R2 equals to 1 kilo ohm. So for the first case, frequency equals to 1 kilohertz and duty cycle equals to 50%. So I'll show you one more tabular form for you. Here is a tabular form to design using a simulation. What you do is we select a virtual resistors instead of physical. We vary the R1 and R2 and RF values according to the given frequency and run the simulation. You could see the tabular form over here. For the value 1 kilohertz theoretically, So T equals to 1 by F, it is 1 millisecond. Practically, this is being calculated using CRO values. Remember, this we are not calculating in the simulation, whereas in the simulation, we should get 0.909 kilohertz and nearby to the simulation 1.1 millisecond. So we're just matching. This 1.1 matches with the theoretical, yes, nearby, and 0.909 kilohertz matches with the theoretical frequency, yes. Even in this practical also, we are matching it. When you do come physically to the lab, we'll do that. Let me proceed further for a multisim right now. So I'm just focusing on the simulation part. Fine. Today, I'll just do a first experiment, second experiment, that is a relaxation oscillator. Okay, fine. So let me move on to the direct multisim. So taking into the consideration this circuit diagram, okay? See, same thing has been given. This is for a practical thing. For the simulation, direct values has to be copied. Fine. Once again, the question is designing 741 APAM, design 1 kilohertz relaxation oscillator. So now let me go to the multisim. So regarding the installation of the multisim, that will be, trained for all of you. And you need to install this into your system or laptops. It is a quite simulation tool that is being used to conduct the experiments, simulation experiments on analog part. Now you could see the interface of the multisim. When you double click, an interface of multisim 2001 will open. Even the installation is quite easy. Now, you could see the screen. Now you could see the screen over here. This is the interface. You have file, edit option, view option, simulate, transfer tools, all these menus. And here you have a switch on off button to run the simulation. This is a multimeter. You could see one by one. This is a functional generator. This is wattmeter, oscilloscope, board plotter, word generator, logic analyzer. So for the time sake, we do consider only the function generator or the oscilloscope, that is CRO, cathode ray oscilloscope. Okay. Similarly, on the left hand side, here is a toolbar. It consists of various sources. When you just click on this, you could see the various sources such as ground, fine, digital ground, VCC, DC voltage source, clear? When you just focus on the pointer of a mouse on that, you are able to see the various features, specifications of it, fine. Similarly, click on that, it goes back. Again, click on the down menu, that is basics. Basics means it consists of resistors, capacitors. I'll just click on that. You could see all these things, right? And there are two types of resistors. One is a non-virtual, that is this is a resistors, it is not virtual. And on the right hand side, that is you could see the background, a green background. So that is called a virtual resistors. So it is always better to use a virtual resistors rather than non-virtual resistors. The main benefit of using a virtual resistor is that you can change, modify in between the resistor values. They are not fixed. Similarly, you could see the capacitor virtual, then you have induction virtual, all those things. So again, you click back it goes back. Similarly, you have diodes. When you go to the diodes, you have different diodes available here. Click it, go backs. So majorly where you have to focus, where I'll stress, this is the basic thing that we use regularly. Sources, basics, then when you say mixed, you have a 555 timer. You do 555 timer for the experiment, and also for a CMOS, for op amp, analog ANA on menu is there. When you click on this, you could see different op-amp virtual. As for a simple sake, if I click on this, I'll not take a virtual op-amp. See, I click on this, it will ask you which op-amp, 741 op-amp. So when you press OK, this will be click like this, right? So let me go to the experiment. Again, you can delete this, cut. It is a very simple interface that could be used for a simulation. So I have already a ready experiment. So I'll just execute it and later on I will show you how to do it. Okay. See, this is an experiment of a relaxation oscillator that I have done it prior to the class. So this is a circuit design, same as if like this, fine. That is for the first case, F equals to 1 kilohertz, R1, R2 equals to 1 kilo ohm, fine. The final var R is being calculated. Still, if you have a doubt, you could see this circuit diagram. Yes, this is a diagram you have. You can refer this. See the circuit diagram over here, 1 kilo ohm, R1 value, R2 value is 1 kilo ohm. So you have the calculated value 4.7 kilo ohm in between 2 and 6. So let me explain clearly. So you remember these values, the value of R1 that is being connected between 3 and 6, the value of R2 that is connected from pin number 3 to the ground, and the value of a resistor calculated value R, that is we have named it R3, 4.6 kilo ohm in between 2 and 6. Okay, the circuit diagram is too easy. Even in the simulation it is easy, even in the practically when you do in the lab it is easy. Thing is that you need to select correct resistors. We have correct rules and guidelines to select resistors. That is, we have how to identify this resistor is 1 kilo ohm, 2 kilo ohm as such, or 4.7 kilo ohm. So we have a procedure for it. So let us go that procedure when we do lab physically. So as of now, it is quite easy in the simulation since we do select resistors directly. Coming back to the circuit, let me show you the circuit and I'll run the simulation. Running the simulation is quite easy. See, I'll just click on the button run and I double click on the oscilloscope. You could see the simulation being running over here. Okay. This has already been done previously. Now let me go with the new experiment. File, new, fine, file new. We'll do it fast as the time is going fast. So I'll just maximize it. So what are the components you need? You know, 7411 op-amp. So you just connect that. So I'll select 741 op-amp. It is available in mixed. Sorry, it is available in analog ANA. You can see here 741 op-amp. I'll click on op-amp. So here the component browser component is 741. So I'll click OK. So 741 op-amp is displayed. You could see the components of an op-amp here. 3, 2. Actually, this is 7. All of you just if it is visible, just see this terminal is 7. Okay, there is something problem with the software over here. 7. This is 1. This is 5. Fine. This is 6. Got it? There is some misunderstanding with respect to the diagram. This is 7. Fine. This is 7. This is 1. This is 5. This is 4. This is 3. This is 2. Fine. So coming back to the circuit. So very easy. See the circuit here. 3 to 6 had to be shortened with resistor R1. What is the value of R1? 1 kilo. 3 again has to be connected with R2 and has to be grounded. So let me finish that. Let us do that. Fine. Okay. All of you have remembered that 3 to 6 has to be shortened. 3 to 6 has to be shortened. Here is 3 has with the resistors. So how do you select the resistors? Resistors you have click on here. You have virtual resistor. So I'll keep it over here. So what is the value? By default, it is 1 kilo ohm. If you want to change it, double click and change it. So since it is 1 kilo ohm, no issues. 3 to 6 has to be shortened with 1 kilo ohm. So I have shortened it 3 to 6. Fine. One connection is over. Again, what is the next connection? 3 to 6 had been shortened with 1 kilo ohm. Resistor R2. 3 has to be connected with R2 and it has to be ground, right? Fine. We have resistors over here. Connect the resistors. Fine. 3 to 6 has to be connected. Fine. Now I have connected it and you need a ground. So here we have a ground on the first sources. Connect it to ground and connect it to the another term. Since the value is already 1 kilo ohm, so no issues of changing it. And I have taken virtual resistors here also virtual. Fine. Now coming back to the circuit again, see 3 to 6 shortened with the resistors. 3 to 2 connected with 1 kilo ohm. Again, it is grounded. Now, what you could see 2 to 6 has to be shortened with the resistors R. So what is the value of R? R value is 4.55 kilo ohm. Fine. 5.4. 2 to 6 has to be shortened. So again, we have 2 here. So take resistors. You take one virtual resistors, right? What is the value of it? 4.55 kilo ohm. Press OK. So now it is 4.5 kilo ohm. 2 to 6 had to be shortened, right? So 2 to 6 connected, right? Again, another terminal has to be connected. Fine. Right? Now you see the circuit. 2 to 6 has been shortened with resistor R. Fine. 3 to 6 has been shortened with resistor R1. Again, one more resistor I have taken. 1 kilo ohm. Another end is grounded. Now this part is over. This part is over and this part is over. Again, what you have to do? You have to connect a capacitor. So in fact, the capacitor could be connected in between at this point or at directly at 2. So let me take a capacitor of 0.1 microfarad, right? It is resistor is, what is the resistor? 0.1 microfarad. And it has to be connected at 2. Fine. It has to be connected to. So take a capacitor, virtual. Point 0.1 microfarad. Connect it to 2. So there is no polarity, positive or negative. So I'll connect directly over here. One second. It is not connecting. One second. I will. Yes. Now it is connected. Another part has to be grounded. 0.1 microfarad at the terminal 2. See, at terminal 2, it is being connected. Another end is grounded. So again at point 2, we have to connect it to serial. Let us do it. Now verify the circuit. 3 to 6 shortened with a resistor R1. 3 to R2 connected with resistor grounded. 2 to 6 connected resistors. Fine. 2 to 6 with a capacitor 0.1 microfarad grounded at one time. Yes, let us continue. This is over. Now this connection is over, this connection is over, this connection is over. Now we have to take a CRO input, one input to 2, output to point number 6, point number 2 input. Everything is over right now, right? And one more thing is being left is 12 volt. We have to connect point the terminal 7 to plus 12 volt plus 4 to minus 12 volt, right? So 7 to plus 12. So we'll take one DC voltage here. So here is a DC voltage. This is a DC voltage. See, DC voltage. You connect it is, I'll connect it here. Positive is this, negative is this one. So positive connected to point number 7. 7 is this, remember, very much important. So I'll take this. If you have a confusion, I'll take like this. So 7 has to be connected to the positive and the rest of the thing has to be grounded. Fine, it is a pose. Again, you could see 4 has to be connected to the negative DC voltage. So again, one more DC voltage I'll take. You can use the same, but I prefer you to do it separately. So I'll connect this to the negative and one more ground I will take. I'll connect this to the ground. Fine. Now this part is over. Now coming to the concept of CRO, you have a CRO output to the 6 and input to the 2. So let me take a CRO over here. Oscilloscope. You have oscilloscope on right hand side. Click on here. This is a input. This is output. So as I said, one terminal has to be connected to the 2. I connected it, and another terminal to the 0.6. Yes. Now you could see one is connected to, fine. We have connected CRO over here. Now even this we have to connect it to ground, all of you. This we have to connect it to ground. I've connected this to ground. Then you verify the connection, whether all the circuit is proper. 3 to 6 shortened, 2 to 6 is shortened with resistor, 3 to 1 more resistor with the ground, 2 to with the capacitor, and we have 2 connected to the input of the CRO, 6 to the output, 7 to the plus volt, again 4 to the minus 12 volt DC voltage. Everything is done right now. Now we'll run the simulation. You can save the file, save as lab2. So we have saved the file and we'll run the simulation. You have a button over here. When you click on here, the simulation is running. So all are disabled. You just double click the CRO. See, now you could see some waveforms on the oscilloscope. Just we have to vary here the scale. Okay, I'll vary the scale. See, I made it 500 seconds per divisions. Now you could see the simulation where an excellent waveform that you could see on the oscilloscope, save as if like. Now you could stop it, right? You could move over here. You measure the complete waveform. Okay, maybe what I'll do is, okay, now exactly from here, one waveform, another 2 to the waveform. I'll measure the voltage, same as if like from the simulation. Now you could see what is the difference between T2 minus T1. It is 1.1 millisecond. Is it matching with your theoretical value? Yes, this is matching with your theoretical value. Fine. So I'll show you the theoretical value here on the table. See here. Theoretical value is 1 kilohertz, 1 millisecond. Practically, as we are not doing this, let us not focus on that. Simulation, 0.909 kilohertz. So that is a frequency, calculated frequency. So from the simulation, since we get 1.1 millisecond, since simulation from the simulation will get 1.1, reversing 1.1 will give point 0.9 909 kilohertz. This is all the experiment that you have to do it, and you have to show in the simulation. Okay, so you can stop the simulation and you can verify. Fine, and you can close it. When you run the simulation, nothing is being observed. See, it is running, so you have to double click the oscilloscope. So very easy experiment. So first let us what to do is let us install this multisim and you execute this experiment. Okay, let me stop.